Is going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? Lindy End Zone back in here with another video for the night. Obviously, I have to imagine that there's not going to be a lot of viewers at this point in time. But I'm staying on the grind right now because this draft class has got me. I'm not gonna lie, this draft class has got me a little bit pumped, and especially with the next person that we're gonna go over here, and that is running back Kenny Gainwell, as he likes to be referred to as Kenny. Kenny Gainwell, a running back out of Memphis. Now, this kid here has quite the impressive resume over the course of only 2 years of his college career. Now he was a now he's coming out of college as a redshirt freshman in 2019. He opted out. I believe he opted out of the 2020 season. Um, this is this is a running back that is pretty all-purpose, and his numbers are definitely impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Going over the statistics and the numbers, and some of the records that he has set for the Memphis Tigers here, it's something to go off of, and he's if he pulls up the depth chart here for the Eagles, um, he's going to be probably the perfect complementary back to Miles Sanders. I mean, you're talking about another pass catching running back to where in offensive sets, Sirianni can have two running backs on the field because both Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell are capable of running routes. They're capable of catching passes from the quarterback. They're capable of pass protection. And that is a big thing with these Eagles running backs over the years. They haven't necessarily been good as far as pass protection. When they're lined up, near the line of scrimmage. Not so much in the backfield, but to the side of the quarterback. So I got to get into some of these statistics here before we go over some of the reaction to his post-draft press conference with the media. Like I said, going over again, he was a redshirt freshman at the end of his coming into his 2019 campaign. So there's, as far as a sample size of games, there's not much there. From 2018 to 2019, it is an 18 game sample size, but he did most of his damage in 2019. So let's go some over the numbers here. He carried the ball 231 times, racking up 1,459 yards, averaging 6.3 a carry, 13 touchdowns. And he's a pass catcher. So he caught 51 balls for 610 yards, averaging 12 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns, tallying up an amount of 282 plays in 2019 for a total of 2,069 all-purpose yards, averaging 7.3 in the totality with 16 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about the kid. For his career at Memphis, he was second in average in rushing yards per carry for the Tigers with 6.6. He was tied sixth for the most 100-yard games with 7. He was tied 38th in scoring for 102 points. For the season, he was fourth in yards rushing with 1,459. I think that includes. I think that includes the FBS. He led all FBS freshmen that year with 2,069 all-purpose yards. He was ranked 12th in the nation with 1,459 yards. He became just the third player in school history to record over 2,000 all-purpose yards, including guys like D'Angelo Williams and Darrell Henderson. So he is in some pretty elite company there. He was Freshman of the Year in 2019 through the FWAA. 2019 Sporting News All-American. He was on the watch list for the Maxwell Award. I mean, what else? What else can I say about the kid? I mean, for a lot of Eagles fans here, and I gotta give a shout out to Hunter Doyle of the Philly Insider Podcast, because this was one of his guys going into the draft, and he didn't understand that when we were at the point of coming close to our selection, that he didn't understand as to why he was falling this far. And he got his guy, and I can't be more excited for him. I can't be more excited for this pick, especially now that we're going to get into the interview here, because I'm pretty excited with what Kenny has to say as he addresses the Philly media here. So let's get into it. Let's hear a little bit from Kenny Gainwell.
Hey, Kenneth, congratulations and welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you.
We will get started here with Dave Zangaro and John McMullen.
Hey, congratulations. Do you prefer to be called Kenneth, Kenny, Ken?
Kenny.
Kenny, okay. Well, congratulations, man. What was your contact like with the Eagles during the pre-draft process? And do you have any idea how they're planning on using you in their offense?
The contact was real good. I talked to them a couple times, and I'm planning on them using me as much as they can, offense, special team, wherever they need me. And I'm going to be ready for it all. So wherever they need me on the field, I'll be ready.
Go ahead, John, and then Rob Motti.
Hey, Kenny, congratulations. Yazoo City's kind of famous up here because of Fletcher Cox, who was your cousin. Has he contacted you yet? Said welcome to the Eagles?
Yeah, nah, he haven't contacted me yet, but I know the call is on the way. But yeah, we're excited about it.
Go ahead, Rob, and then Martin.
Hey, Kenny, congratulations. I know you opted out last year and you had a lot of family go through COVID and some deaths. What was that decision like for you? How tough was it? Because it was only, I think, about a week before you were getting ready to play. So what did you do throughout 2020?
I basically just started training. So basically the next week after I opted out, I started training. I've been working out ever since. So it's been basically 6 months for me working out straight, nonstop. So I've been just putting in the work, just staying down, making sure I stay healthy throughout this process.
You know what, these advertisements, man. But you gotta love it, man. You gotta love the. As I let me see if I can fix this here. There we go. I mean, you gotta love it. It's such an awesome little nugget that we grabbed the cousin of Fletcher Cox, and the amount of meaning behind that has to be of a nice value. And again, this is continuing to be a common theme as we go over these videos here and these reactions that. These kids that the Eagles have brought in, Howie Roseman and Andy Weidel and Tom Donahue, the Nick Sirianni, and all these guys that were working in that draft room. That's been the common theme here is talking about kids just wanting to go to work to make an impact on this football team, find their place amongst the company that's already there, and they want to prove that they just want to prove that they got a place in this football team. And I definitely think that Kenny is no exception based on what he has shown at the collegiate level, because this is impressive stuff.
And then Les.
Hey, Kenny, welcome to Philadelphia. First of all, what's it like in Yazoo City with Fletcher Cox? Like how big of a hero is he down there? And also, you played the one season at Memphis. really only like one full season. How much do you think that helped you kind of get ready for this, this moment?
The city is very excited about me and Fletcher and all, but they just excited about us. They're excited that we, play ball, and now we playing for each other and playing with each other on the same team. So they're gonna be even more excitement. And at just that 1 year, Coach Norvell taught me a lot, and I give all props to Coach Norvell because coming in young, playing young, and had to learn the playbook as fast as I can. I kind of did what I had to do. So I kind of put in that work and made sure I stay on top of what I had to do. So that kind of gave me the upper hand on everybody.
Les, and then John Clark.
Hey, Kenny. Congratulations. With Fletcher, he's a good bit older than you. Did you know him very well when you were growing up? I know you said on a podcast that he was big into hunting and fishing as you are as well, but yeah. Were you guys close growing up? Were you around him very much?
Nah, so he stayed in Yazoo City. I stayed in Benton. But it's all in Yazoo. But he was kind of older than me, so he was already in college once I went to high school and got a chance to play. So I kind of talked to him on the phone a lot, like just watched him. But he was already in college when it was time for me to grow up and do it.
You talk about these two being cousins. You can definitely see it in Kenny's face when you try and create a quick glimpse of Fletcher Cox. You can see the relation in each other's face. It's the idea of it is pretty damn cool, and a lot of and it's funny because a lot of these draft picks that we brought to Philly. A lot of these players, especially family members, there's a lot of them that are Eagles fans, and to have that for that kind of connection across the board, to have that kind of similarity is something great to think about, and just from the perspective of these kids playing for the team that they either grew up watching or have family members that have dedicated their fandom to this football team. It's got to be I can't imagine the feeling coming from me growing up being a wanting to be a professional basketball player, and it is what it is to this day, and I'm not too old, but I'm not young. I'm not too old for it, but I'm not young anymore, and I get that. So I can only imagine the feeling that kids like this, what they're going through, what their families are going through, to have this opportunity, especially when family on the football team is involved. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's not much else. There's not much else I can really say from that point of view. But as far as this goes, Kenny has also went on to say that one of his biggest inspirations, kind of to model his game after, as we know in Philadelphia, Darren Sproles, aka Mighty Mouse, and for a kid at 5'11", about 195, 196, he already looks like he's got a pretty good build for the position, and his size mimics Miles Sanders in a way as well. So and I don't want to put this out here, but at the same time, you think Miles Sanders' contract ends in 2022, and this could be the type of kid that could possibly be waiting in the weeds, especially that as of right now there's injury concerns with Miles. He's been banged up for the last 2 years and can't necessarily stay on the field for a consistent amount of time, or let alone the fact that in the Doug Peterson era he wasn't utilized enough in the run game. and we've been irritated to this day for that fact. But whether you like it or whether you like the idea or not, I think Kenny Gainwell was a steal at this pick in the draft for the Eagles, and he could be the type of player that if things go south for Miles Sanders, that we could see Kenny as the replacement in this rotation of the running back room. So I just wanted to throw that out there because it could be a possible reality going down the road. I mean, we don't know what to expect as far as the health of some of these players that we're already concerned with right now. But with that said, I'm already almost at 16 minutes for this video. There was a lot of excitement on this one. Obviously, they're going to, depending on the player, they're going to vary. But that's going to conclude it for this episode with the 2021 draft class, the post-draft press conferences. This episode has been with Kenny Gainwell, the phenomenal and intriguing running draft prospect out of Memphis. For those that still stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate your contribution just by viewing, whether it was for the full amount of time or not. Either way, I still thank you. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe. Drop a like, help me in the algorithm of YouTube, or hit that notification bell so you know when I upload the next installment to my channel, because you already know I got a lot of content left to bring to my channel, and I can't do it without you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough at the same time for just the support that you guys have been giving me, especially with my first time with draft coverage on the channel for the Eagles. But with that said, that concludes the end of this video here. I've been your guy, Lindy Endzone. Thanks again. Take care of yourselves, and as always, fly Eagles fly.